Brother Knights and Sisters, Knights of Columbus, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao Jurisdictions, and Knights of Columbus, Fraternal Association of the Philippines Incorporated, KCFAPI, proudly present the awarding of Fathers for Good Philippines. The Knights of Columbus Fraternal Association of the Philippines Incorporated, a non-stock, non-profit, mutual benefit association, is registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. It is under the supervision of the Insurance Commission and observes sound accounting and actuarial principles. KCFAPI was established and started its operation in September 1958 from an initial capital of 32,000 pesos, which was donated by 64 KC members and councils. KCFAPI proved its financial strength as its resources continued to expand over the years, reaching 3.6 billion pesos as of the year ended December 31, 2011. Through the years, KCFAPI remained true to its founding principles of charity, unity, fraternity, and patriotism. The organization is renowned for its dedicated support for both the church and country. It established its foundations, the Knights of Columbus Philippines Foundation Incorporated, a charitable and civic organization providing scholarship to poor but deserving youth, as well as financial assistance to victims of calamities, and the KC Father George G. Willman S.J. Charities Incorporated, which was registered on September 1992 to provide scholarship to deserving diocesan seminarians and licentiate studies of priests and KC Council chaplains. KCFAPI, through the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines, or CBCP, has set up the CBCP Seed of Hope Fund amounting to 10 million pesos. The interest earning of this fund is earmarked for the priority projects of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines. It has also donated financial and manpower resources to build 22 units of houses and 1 chapel in coordination with the Gawad Kalinga project. KCFAPI and its foundations provided donations of 100,000 each to the dioceses of Digos and Borongan for the construction of a seminary and a priest retirement home, respectively. KCFAPI was among those first who responded to the typhoons Peping, Kiel, and Sendong tragedy by donating and distributing relief goods to the victims of calamities. KCFAPI will continue to be one with the Order of the Knights of Columbus and the Catholic Church in promoting Christ's teachings and spirituality as it traverses its next 50 years of corporate life. The 2011 Search for the Fathers for Good Philippines is a joint project of the Knights of Columbus Fraternal Association of the Philippines Incorporated and KC Father George G. Willman Charities Incorporated, which is an initiative of the Knights of Columbus Supreme Council to recognize fathers who have shown exemplary Christian fatherhood. The objectives are as follows. First, to recognize Knights of Columbus members who exemplify the inspiring characteristics, virtues, and role model qualities of a good Catholic father through responsible parenting. Second, to project a strong public knowledge of the mission of the Order of the Knights of Columbus as a means to attract new members. Third, to provide inspiration to all members to live up to the cardinal principles of charity, unity, fraternity, and patriotism. The 2011 Search for Fathers for Good Philippines was formally launched in March 2011 at the KCFAPI Home Office and was vastly promoted all over the country. 168 Brother Knights were nominated by their respective councils and were endorsed by their parish priests and Grand Knights. 3 of them, 1 from each jurisdiction of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, were declared winners. The Board of Jurors is composed of the leaders of KCFAPI and the Order of the Knights of Columbus in the Philippines, we have two independent jurors, Dr. Jesus P. Estanislao and Sister Mary Pilar Versosa, both known for their integrity and competence. Honorable Hilario G. Davide Jr. is the chairman of the Board of Jurors. He is the chairman of the Board of Trustees of KCFAPI from 2010 to present, and member of the Board of Advisors of Keys Realty Development Corporation. He also served as the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the Philippines from 1998 to 2005, and the permanent representative to the United Nations with the rank of an ambassador from 2007 to 2010. He was elected as Assemblyman of Batasang Pambansa in 1978 and served as chairman of the Commission on Election. Honorable Davide was also recipient of the Outstanding Knights of Columbus Award, TOCA, and the Ramon Magsaysay Award for Government Service in 2002. Dr. Jesus P. Estanislao was the Secretary of Finance of the Philippines from 1990 to 1992. He presently heads two private institutions committed to governance reforms, Institute of Corporate Directors and Institute for Solidarity in Asia. He also chairs the President's Governance Advisory Council, which advises the Philippine President on governance issues. Dr. Estanislao has spent much of his career founding or rehabilitating institutions. More recently, he has focused on improving governance in the Philippines for both public and private institutions as a way of reducing corruption. He was the founding dean of the Asian Development Bank Institute in Tokyo. He also served as the founding president of the University of Asia and the Pacific, which grew out to be the Center for Research and Communication, of which he was the founding executive director. He is a recipient of the Philippine Legion of Honor Award and was named Management Man of the Year by the Management Association of the Philippines. Sister Mary Pilar Versosa, RGS, is the founder of the Pro-Life Philippines Foundation Incorporated and was the national coordinator for 32 years. She is also a Pondo ng Bayan Board of Trustee and head of Project Screening Committee. She is Board of Consultants of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines Office on Women. Sister Pilar is a recipient of the Peace Award for Pro-Life from the Rotary International Club of Makati and Cardinal Sin Sorviam Award from the Catholic Mass Media Award for Pro-Life Services. She also organized Asian and international pro-life conferences in cooperation with other pro-life organizations. Monsignor Pedro C. Quitore III is the CBCP Media Director and serves as the Spiritual Director of KCFAPI. Monsignor Quitore III is the editor of the CBCP News, CBCP Monitor, and the Impact magazine. He is also the station manager of DYVM radio station in Borongan, Eastern Samar, and the anchor host of Veritas 846, Tinig ng Pastol. Brother Guillermo N. Hernandez is the president of KCFAPI and a member of the Board of Advisors for Keys Realty Development Corporation. He is also currently the director of the Philippine National Oil Company Exploration Corporation. Brother Hernandez also held the following positions as Undersecretary of Finance and Privatization Officer of the Privatization and Management Office, as past Director of the Philippine National Construction Corporation, as President of Land and Housing Holdings Incorporated. Brother Hernandez is also a former District Deputy and Grand Knight from 2006 to 2008. Brother Arsenio Isidro G. Yap is the incumbent Luzon State Deputy, the Treasurer of KCFAPI, a Director for Keys Realty Development Corporation, and the current Director, Treasurer of Allison's Chemical Enterprises Incorporated. He served as Director of the Most Holy Redeemer Parish Multipurpose Cooperative Incorporated. Brother Rodrigo N. Sorongon is the incumbent Visayas State Deputy, a KCFAPI Trustee and Director for Keys Realty. Brother Sorongon is also an incumbent Municipal Councilor of Santa Barbara, Iloilo. He is a U.S. Navy retiree and U.S. Naval instructor. Brother Baldino C. Fauni is the incumbent Mindanao State Deputy, a KCFAPI Trustee, and is also a Director for Keys Realty Development Corporation. Brother Fauni is a past Grand Knight and a former District Deputy and the Regional Secretary before being named to the highest position in Mindanao Jurisdiction. Sister Maria Teresa G. Curia is the Executive Vice President of KCFAPI, Treasurer of Keys Realty, the former Comptroller of KC Group, a past regent of Daughters of Mary Immaculate International Rosarian Circle from Bulacan, and the incoming Vicarial Regent, Daughters of Mary Immaculate Internationals, but Malolos Vicariate. She is a Fellow of the Institute for Corporate Directors, an institution promoting corporate governance in the Philippines. Brother Knights and Sisters, once again, good evening. Tonight, we will not only witness the awarding ceremony, but all of us will be part of history of the Knights of Columbus in the Philippines as we recognize 3 Knights of Columbus members from the free jurisdictions of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao who will receive their recognition for the Fathers for Good Award. May we now invite the Chairman of the Board of Jurors, Honorable Hilario G. Davide Jr., for his message.
Our beloved Supreme Knight, Carl Anderson, can you hear me already? Thank you. Our beloved Supreme Knight, Carl Anderson, and Sister Lady Dorian Anderson, our Fathers for Good Philippines Awardees, distinguished and eminent personalities of the Knights of Columbus from the Supreme Office and of the 3 jurisdictions in the Philippines, trustees and officers of the KCFAPI and its foundations and wholly owned or majority-owned corporations, my brother Knights, especially to our Most Reverend Archbishop Lagdameo and Bishop Ongkyoco, fellow fathers and knights, beautifully crafted into the stage dinner of the 9th National Convention of the 3 jurisdictions of our order in the Philippines, is the conferment of the first Fathers for Good Philippines Award to one for each of the 3 jurisdictions. This stage dinner is the most fitting time for the ceremony, especially because we have with us no less than our Supreme Knight, the head of the largest Catholic organization with a membership of 1.8 million worldwide, and Brother Brian Caulfield, the head of the Fathers for Good Project Award of the Order. I am sure they would be happy and fulfilled because this project is an initiative of the Supreme Council, which Monsignor Quitorio III proposed to the KCFAPI and the KC Father George de Wilman Charities Incorporated. Gary Sebastian had just educated you on the rationale and objectives at Fathers for Good Philippines Award. It was not an easy task for the Board of Jurors to finally decide on the 3 awardees from a group of 186 nominees. To you, our awardees, Brothers Alfredo G. Lallana for the Luzon Jurisdiction, Gerardo Gamposilao of the Visayas Jurisdiction, and Rosalio O. Derilo of the Mindanao Jurisdiction, I extend my warmest congratulations. You have successfully passed the most vigorous screening and evaluation on the basis of difficult and all-embracing criteria. You are the first to receive this new award out of the 288,434 Knights of our Order in the Philippines, who represent thousands of Filipino families. Congratulations to your beloved spouses and members of your families. Without them, the award would not have been conferred on you. Because of them, you have inspired to give all to become and to remain as good fathers. Our Constitution is the only Constitution in the world that allocates one article, Article 15, on the family. And it solemnly declares that the Filipino family is the foundation of the nation, and the state must strengthen its solidarity and actively promote its total development. It further declares that marriage is an inviolable social institution, which is the foundation of the family and which the state must protect. The union of the father and the mother makes up the FA and the M in the word family. The children are the ILY in that word family. And what is the meaning of ILY? It simply means I love you. So family means father and mother, I love you. Both the Old and the New Testaments recognize and stress the great importance the family plays in all aspects of life, especially the spiritual, emotional, psychological, social, and economic. As to the father, a noble soul had said, and I quote, "A father is a man who reflects the image of the Father in heaven and who makes it easier for his children to know their Father's heavenly Father." You awardees have exemplified the virtues which make a good father. And I would like to believe that becoming and being a Knight of Columbus help you without measure to become such. Therefore, the award imposes upon you the demanding responsibility to remain as such and be a model exemplary knight. The award given to brothers Alfredo, Gerardo, and Rosalio are not meant for them alone. In a larger sense, it is as well intended for the rest of our brother knights. The award invites all of them to be or to live like our awardees, making every day a call to greatness, an opportunity to serve our neighbors, and to fulfill the task, the theme of our 9th National Convention, so that the world may know new hope imposes all of us. May we keep this dimension in our hearts. Again, congratulations to the awardees. In due time, you will receive your award. May your tribe increase. Vivat Jesus.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. To present the award for the Outstanding Knights of Columbus, may we now invite our worthy Supreme Knight, Carl A. Anderson, and the Chairman of the Board of Jurors, Honorable Hilario G. Davide Jr., together with the President of KCFAPI, Brother Guillermo N. Hernandez, to invite. On stage, we have also the Luzon Deputy for the first awardee from the Luzon Jurisdiction. And now, our Fathers for Good awardee from Luzon Jurisdiction, Brother Alfredo G. Lallana. Brother Lallana renders voluntary services to the barangay as Lupon ng Tagapamayapa, to his parish cooperative, and the senior citizens group he belongs to. Brother Lallana organized a parade rally in Baguio City to make known their stand against the Reproductive Health Bill. He is the incumbent district deputy, president of the Holy Name Society in their parish, chairman of the barangay Lupon ng Tagapamayapa, and served as a fraternal counselor of KCFAPI. He received KCFAPI Chairman of the Board Award in 2011. Brother Lallana graduated civil engineering at the University of Baguio and also studied at the International Correspondence School in USA. Aside from working at the Bank of the Philippine Islands Baguio as an assistant manager and the Benguet Corporation Incorporated as a senior manager, he also served as the Armed Forces of the Philippines both in active and reserve status. He has proven himself to be a good father in such a way that he was able to raise his 8 children with good moral values and succeed in their chosen careers. His wife, Sister Erlinda R. Lallana, is also an active in parish and community organizations. His family was awarded Huwarang Pamilya in 1997, Centennial Huwarang Pamilyang Pilipino of Baguio City in 1998, and Family of the Year in 2009 to 2010. Brother Lallana and his family is full support to life. He led the distribution of the newsletter, Ang Katotohanan Tungkol sa Reproductive Health Bill, or The Truth About the Reproductive Health Bill, that their office has produced to show their strong stand against the proposed RH bill. Brother Lallana says that he would like to set an example, especially to the youth and the young fathers of today, that even a poor man like him can be a model to the society and that poverty is not a hindrance to being a model father. Brother knights and sisters, let us give a round of applause to Brother Alfredo G. Lallana of Luzon Jurisdiction. Next, may we now invite our Visayas deputy for the awarding of the next awardee. Next, the Fathers for Good Philippines awardee from the jurisdiction of the Visayas, Brother Gerardo G. Gamposilao. Brother Gamposilao initiated the project of putting up artificial reef in Aguisan, Himamaylan, Negros Occidental. He also wrote a letter of appeal to their congressman. He also spearheaded a March for Life. He is the Provincial Program Director of the Knights of Columbus in Negros Occidental, Program Director and incumbent District Deputy, and as a Sangguniang Panglusod member, he authored the city ordinance that gives priority to poor but deserving students to finish their studies. He was awarded Most Outstanding District Deputy in Visayas in 2009 to 2010. Brother Gamposilao is a magna cum laude graduate of Doctor in Philosophy at the University of St. LaSalle. He has been teaching for 29 years and up to now as a part-time teacher. He is the Dean of Education at the Binalbagan Catholic School since 2004. His wife, Mrs. Teresita Gamposilao, a teacher and Dean of Students' Welfare, has always been with his side in serving the parish, the community, and especially in raising their 2 successful children. Brother Gamposilao is also very active in leading various March for Life, not just in their municipality but in the entire province. He also initiated a slogan and painting contest with the theme, Defend Life and Abortion, and wrote an oratorical piece on the same subject. He gives importance to maintaining a good relationship with his wife and family while balancing his duties and responsibilities to the community, the Order of the Knights of Columbus, and the Church. Brother Knights and Sisters, let us give a round of applause to Brother Gerardo G. Gamposilao from Visayas Jurisdiction. May we now invite our Mindanao Deputy, Brother Balbino C. Fauni, for the awarding of the next Fathers for Good awardee. Our Fathers for Good Philippines awardee from Mindanao Jurisdiction, Brother Rosalio Derilo. Brother Derilo is very active in helping the indigenous people in Don Carlos, Bukidnon in their 3-decade claim to recover their ancestral land. He and his wife have been a pro-life lecturer for 2 decades now and still very active and voluntarily organizes basic core groups to help spread the knowledge about the importance of life. He is the Deputy Grand Knight and Program Director of his council. Aside from being the Parish Pastoral Council President, he is also a choir member and a member of the basic ecclesiastical community of their parish. Despite being an engineering graduate at the Xavier University, he was able to get good jobs overseas and different companies including the Saudi Arabian Airlines and the Al Mediv Development Company Limited. His wife, a teacher, is the charter regent of Daughters of Mary Immaculate International in their parish, a catechist and a pro-life advocate. With good parenting and hard work, they were able to have their 7 children finish college education. Brother Derilo says that it was his faithful and devoted Catholic parents and grandparents who nourished his faith, who first molded his soul in becoming a good son, grandson, and a person. Brother Knights and Sisters, let us give a round of applause to Brother Rosalio Derilo of Mindanao Jurisdiction. Let us once again give a big, loud round of applause to our awardees of the first Fathers for Good Philippines from the jurisdiction of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. May we request all our Fathers for Good Philippines awardees together with our presenters for a group picture taking. Let's have a group picture taking. Thank you. Thank you very much, worthy Supreme Knight Carlene Anderson and Honorable Chairman Gerardo G. Jr., together with our President, Guillermo N. Hernandez, and together with our 3 deputies from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Thank you for being part of this very memorable event. Brother Knights and Sisters, good evening.